Okay, so I'm expecting us to use the charts. I only have okay. Israel said hello, house. Okay, yeah, great. Thank you guys for doing that. Okay, do you have other people who wants to? Okay, Shukudu maybe. All right, this is 12:03. I think currently we have how many of us in the room? We have 12. We have 12 of us currently here. Okay, so like I was saying, Kawil, okay, great. I already have somebody who is introducing himself. Okay, my name is XN Daniel. Daniel, you're welcome. Israel Wanshuku is a system engineer and is a participant of the Make Africa Tech Challenge. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so without further ado, we're currently taking this meeting also live on our Facebook platform, where we have more than 1,000 people who are also waiting to join in the meeting there live. So I would want us to start the meeting right away. This is 12:04, and I believe any other person who is coming and join in the course of the. All right, so Louis Owen. I hope my pronunciation is correct.
Yeah, it's true. Louis Owen.
Okay, good. So as far as I know, Louis Owen is the data science consultant currently with World Bank and also an Indonesian. Am I correct?
Yeah. Okay. I'm Indonesian.
Yeah, great. So it's a great pleasure having you here today to engage the participants of the Make Africa Tech Challenge, especially the data science cohort. We also have other members of some other courses who are scantily part of the meeting. And beyond the Make Africa Tech Challenge, we have a community called Being Demand. People who are currently engaging each other on how to leverage technology for good in Africa. So really a pleasure to have you here today. So I would like to bring you up now so that we can start the meeting in earnest so that we don't beat the time. At most 1 hour, we'll want to close so that you will have time to move on to other things that are also important to you. So once again, I want to welcome everybody to this meeting. Right now, I'm bringing up Louis on stage. You're welcome, Louis.
Okay, thank you, Bayat. Okay, so hi all. Hope you and your family are doing great in this pandemic situation. First of all, thank you for inviting me to this session. I hope everyone could get something beneficial after this talk. Without wasting any time, let's get started. So today I'm going to talk about opportunities in data science, how to kickstart it. Today's talk will consist of 5 main parts. The first one is introduction about myself, followed by the opportunities in data science. We will talk how bright is the opportunities for career in data science field. Then, how to join global firm, or to be more general, how to join your dream company. I will try to give a step-by-step explanation on this. Then, we will talk more about how to stay updated on development in data science field and what are the current trends in data science field. So let's move on to the first part. Who am I? My name is Louis Owen. Currently, I'm a data science consultant at the World Bank. I can describe myself as a highly motivated fresh graduate in mathematics who are currently into natural language processing, or NLP. NLP is a field which aims to analyze and extract information from text data. So we can know what are the sentiments on the given text, what class this text belongs to, what is the translation of the given text, and many more. My current project in the World Bank is also about NLP. Specifically, it is a topic discussion monitoring through social media and news media, and the discussion is related to COVID-19. And here is my journey, starting from the first day of my uni life up to now. So, I'm in August 2016, I was enrolled in Bandung Institute of Technology. It is one of the public university in Indonesia. During the first year of my uni life, my time is mostly filled only for studying the courses in university. 1 year later, in August 2017, when the new batch of accepted students are welcomed by the rector, me with some other friends from another faculty are awarded as the most outstanding first year student. It is a quite honorable and memorable experience during my uni life. Starting from that moment, I started to join many organizations. Sorry. Can you please shut down the music? Okay, great. So, yeah. So, starting from that moment, I started to join many organizations, whether it is inside or outside of my campus. Equipped with the organizational experience I got, I tested my luck by applying as an intern at Traveloka. Traveloka is a leading Southeast Asia online travel company that provides a wide range of travel needs in one platform. Luckily, I got accepted at Traveloka and I got my first working experience as a marketing technologist, where my work mainly focusing with something that are not related to number. And I started to realize that I need something related to number in my work, while data science is already hyped at that time. So I tried to learn it from my friend and also study from online courses to know more about data science. After that, I braved myself to join a data science competition with my other friends. The first competition is totally failed. We don't know what to do and just try our best to solve it and submit to the committee. As expected, the result is not good. However, starting from that, I start to fall in love with data science because it's interesting for me where we can exploit the power of data to gain insights or even predict what's going on in the future. So, I start to join many competition and internship programs related to data science after that. I've experienced as an intern at Tokopedia, Do It, and Clue Smart City. Tokopedia is an Indonesian technology company specializing in e-commerce. Do It is a P2P lending financial technology startup. And Clue Smart City is an IoT and AI-focused startup that implementing the first smart city concept in Indonesia. Thanks to the information spread in one of my organization group, in April 2020, I got a chance to join as a data science consultant at the World Bank. The World Bank is an international financial institution that provides loans and grants to the governments of poorer countries for the purpose of pursuing capital projects. And in June 2020, I also have a chance to submit my paper to one of the international conference on data science. And luckily, my paper is accepted and it will be indexed in IEEE soon. Finally, I was graduated from my campus at July 2020. Okay, so enough with me. Let's move to the real session. However, first of all, we need to know how bright is the opportunities for career in data science field in the future. According to International Data Corporation, or IDC, total amount of data in 2020 is 40 trillion gigabytes, while according to IBM study in 2017, 90% of all been created in the last 2 years. According to IDC study in 2012, only 0.5% data is analyzed, with 22% of all the data had potential for analysis. And by 2020, the percentage of useful data will jump to 37%. In 2017, the economists claimed that data replaced oil as the world's most valuable resources. Based on article posted in MIT Technology Review, in the last 2 decades, the emergence of machine learning research has grown exponentially. Moreover, the popularity of deep learning has exploded over the other machine learning methods in the last decade. So, based on those facts, me personally argued that career in data science field is quite promising. Companies need data scientists in order to transform the data into meaningful insights for business stakeholders, so that the company can generate more values, either it is a dollar value or another value. Also, this field is still growing, so any contribution will be very impactful to the community. Here we come to the main section of this talk. How to join global firm, or in general, how to join your dream company. Here, I will try to give a step-by-step explanation on how to do that. According to my experience, there are 4 main steps in order to get the opportunities in working in global firm, or any of your favorite or dream firm. First, is you have to build a strong data science foundation. In this internet era, you can learn anywhere, anytime, and anything you want. Make sure to exploit the resources effectively to build a strong theory and concept foundation on data science. Don't forget to also really understand the math behind the machine learning algorithm you will study later. I think all of you already started this phase by joining the Make Africa Tech Challenge. The other thing is soft skills. This skill is often forgotten by many people, and it's harder to be learned. In my experience, you can learn this skill by joining campus organization, internship program, leadership program, or voluntary work, or even in your work in your office. We already know why data science will have a quite great future. And before this, I told you how to build a strong data science foundation. But what exactly should we learn to build that strong foundation? First is the really foundation of all science, mathematics. You don't have to learn all of the math. The main topics need to be learned to ease your understanding in machine learning are statistics, linear algebra, optimization method, and multivariate calculus. Actually, since I'm a mathematics student, I learn all of this in my campus. However, I can suggest you to learn this from Khan Academy. They provide a great explanation of many subjects, not only math. Second is programming. You have to know the basic of the programming, which is algorithm and data structure, as well as the OOP, object-oriented programming. You can learn this by experimenting with Python language as well. The other important programming language to be learned is SQL, structured query language. Third is design thinking. Design thinking is a process which very focused on the end user. It starts from empathize, which is the phase when we talk to end user and dig deeper what are their motivation and experience about the issues. Then we define the problem and followed by the ideation of the solution to the problem. Next, we create the prototype to solve the problem, and then we test it to the end user. This design thinking framework is not a left to right direction of flow. However, it can be iterated based on the situation. This is a dynamic framework. The 2 specific areas in which the data science process can benefit most are asking the right questions of the data and producing actionable results. I suggest you to read a book by Michael Elric, namely the Design Thinking Playbook, and also not an article listed in Towards Data Science, namely the Design Thinking Mindset for Data Science. 4 is project management. We as a data scientist often conduct a project individually. So we have to really know what is the best practice to conduct an end-to-end data science project effectively. Last but not least are the other soft skills, such as leadership, communication to other team members, as well to the other non-technical stakeholders, etc. As I mentioned before, the soft skill is harder to be learned, and I think the best way to do it is learning by doing from your experiences. Okay, after you already built a strong foundation in data science, you can start conducting a private project. In my opinion, and according to my experiences, learning by doing is the most effective way to really master this field. Start doing your first weekend side project. Simple project also counts. If you only learn the theory without practice it by yourself, in my humble opinion, it will be hard to stuck in your head. But how to start conducting your first private project? First thing first is you have to choose your favorite topic or any interesting topic for you and formulate what problem are you trying to solve or what insights you want to extract. Then you can start to search the data from the open source platform in the internet, such as Kaggle, UCI Machine Learning Repository, or the data search engine provided by Google, namely Google Dataset Search. Kaggle is a great platform that provides many clean datasets. It is also a platform for many data science competitions held globally, where you can see the leaderboard that shows your score compared to the other competitors all around the world. After you got the data, you can start to solve your problem. Remember, you have to solve it in your unique way. And then, after you finish, you can publish your work result in your GitHub repo and add the link to your CV. If you don't know what are your favorite topic or what problem you want to solve, you can also join local data science competition or the competition held by Kaggle or Analyticspedia. They already provided the problem and also the data to be used. Then, what you have to do is to solve it with your unique approach. Then, don't forget to publish it in your GitHub repo. The third step is the personal branding. Tell the world who you are. What are your interests? What are you capable of? In my experience, I start by sharing the result of my private project to LinkedIn. You can also share the GitHub repo to the public so they can see exactly how you solve the problem. Believe me, you will get unexpected opportunities from the LinkedIn community by just sharing your project. You can get more and more connection in LinkedIn, which means that this will be a great asset for you in the future. Also, people will acknowledge and notice your existence in the field. Sometimes you will also get job opportunities just from sharing your project. The last one is the networking. What I mean by networking here is not only about shaking your hand with someone and tell them your name or asking for opportunities. What I mean here is open yourself to others, tell them that you are reachable and open for any discussion. Tell them that you are currently interested in data science and build an interesting conversation with them. My favorite platform to do this is LinkedIn, because you can reach people all around the world and not bounded by any limitation. All we need is only the internet and a LinkedIn account. Trust me myself experienced many unexpected opportunities after I reconnect and reach out to my LinkedIn connections. The main thing to keep in mind is respect others' time and make the conversation as polite and as humble as possible. We don't know how's their day going on. Remember to always hope the best for them. I think the main important thing that I can suggest you above all of the previous suggestions is start now. Idea or plan without execution worth nothing. I've told you what path you should go, but if you don't start now, it will be only an imagination path, and you will not have a chance to experience it by yourself. Start by building a strong foundation in data science. Of course, there will be many obstacles you have to face. This will not be always a seamless journey. Myself also faced many rejection, but the most important thing is how you face that obstacle. And my suggestion is you have to have a mindset that think all happens with a reason. In the future, I will see how the dots are connected. What I have to do now is give all my best and keep my motivation up. Now, maybe you already start to jump into the data science field. However, how to stay in the loop of the updates on development in data science field? In my opinion, again, LinkedIn is one of the best platforms to stay in the loop of the updates on development in data science. But how? We can simply just follow the influencers in data science. They often share updates or interesting innovation in data science. Those listed names are some of the influencers I know. Once you follow them, you can know the other influencers again automatically, because sometimes they also comment on the post Okay. I think that's all for my presentation. Hello. Hi, Bayu.
Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Luis?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, great. Sorry, I didn't check that I was still on mute. So I'll say that it was quite a very great presentation and very eye opening. Very, very grateful for this wonderful presentation. I also like to see in the chat the feeling of the what do you think. As many of us that are here in the chat, I mean in the discourse, what do you think about the presentation? Have you learned anything? What stood up to you? Let's use the chat. I had to mute everybody because I discovered somebody unmuted and then it was noisy. So please let's know what you think about the presentation. Do you have any question? Let your questions find a way into the chat now, and then we can take questions. We can also hear what you have to say concerning the presentation. For me, I think it's a very fantastic presentation, eye-opening, especially on how it is possible for data science students to go ahead and take on opportunities that are global. So for me, what attracted me to Luis and that springboard into this conversation today is that Luis is just a final year graduate and who has just finished his university education this year. But then at the moment, he is a data science consultant with the World Bank. All right. Whatever that means to you is that for somebody who has recently finished his university education to climb up to become a data science consultant with World Bank, I think it's a good feast. And then whatever secret that he has expounded or that he has leveraged on to make that happen for himself, I believe will be valuable for anybody who is a participant in the current Make Africa Tech Challenge that we are organizing. And that's why I'm sincerely grateful for Luis making the time out to prepare this excellent presentation. This presentation, as personally as I can see from here, I don't believe that if anybody used these, that such person will not be also be able to replicate what he has done too. He has been able to show the secrets behind how he personally was able to leverage to get some of the opportunities he's currently using, he's currently having. And what happens is that you are also able to make use of it. So yeah, I would like to go into the question now. We still have about 30 minutes to take questions, to hear from Luis further on whatever you guys need. I can see Tosin Samuel says, thanks for the great section. I have a number of courses in data science I've also started working on Kange data set. I currently don't know where to go from. All right. Luis, do you understand what he's saying, and do you have anything to
Yeah,
share with him?
yeah. Okay, I think that's great that you are already taken a number of courses in data science and start working on Kaggle datasets. I think the next step after that is you have to define your problem from the datasets. So like what are the insights you are going to take on, or what are the problem you want to solve from the data? So start by the exploratory data analysis. You take a look on the data and then you try to see what are the interesting part on that data, and maybe you can start to solve that problem. And I think the Kaggle dataset is already very clean, so they already provided the Y column, or what is to predict. I think it's more comfortable to working with Kaggle datasets. I know what dataset you have experience with, Mr. Tosin Samuel.
Okay. So while we wait for Tosin Samuel's data set, I think it will be safe to also proceed to other questions that other people are asking. Somebody says, how old is too old to start a career in data science? Luis.
I think there's no too old to start a career in data science, because we always keep learning in our life, not only limited to data science.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think Tosin Samuel said Titanic, Maersk, and Irish data set.
Oh, great. So for the Titanic is it already given the Y column, right? So like you already given the sum set of the predictors, and we have to predict. I forget what we are to predict in Titanic dataset, but I remember that they already provide the Y column. So you can start by exploring the data, start to feature engineering, start to try to build a simple model first, and then you can experiment all the way. And I think you also try use the MNIST dataset, which means it's a computer vision field. It's great to see that you already jump into the computer vision, and computer vision is really interesting field in data science.
Okay. That's fantastic. Thank you for that answer. SN is asking that while you were learning as a beginner, what kept you motivated to continue learning after a blocker? I know what you're saying. Yeah, I think there are usually challenges when you're learning, especially when you're starting afresh. And I think SN, for instance, is a beginner. He's one of the Make Africa Tech Challenge participants, and currently I think they're about approaching object-oriented programming. So I think his question you can just answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what kept me motivated is, I think, because me personally love challenge. So if someone gives me challenge, I love it, and I try to overcome the challenge and move on to the next challenge. So I think we have to have that mentality in our life, so we can keep growing and growing bigger. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. I would also want to say that with respect to learning as a beginner, as much as possible, one must try to. So conversations like this help beginners to be able to think that, if somebody like this could do it, then I can also do it. So you should be open to. So I expect everyone who is currently here, who is a participant of the Make Africa Tech Challenge, and others who are also interested, to take the names that Luis shared earlier, connect with all of them, all those 40 people. I think there were 40. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's around there.
Okay, so let's connect every one of them. What you see, especially why I like LinkedIn. So I and Luis connected on LinkedIn. LinkedIn chatted, Luis chatted me up. He connected me, and I accepted. So, and then we started conversation, and then we were able to pull off this meeting. All right, it was through LinkedIn, and then you are all benefiting from what is coming from here today. He's also imparting further beyond the border of his country. currently is sitting in Indonesia, but it's affecting people in Africa. All right. So I want to say connect everybody on that list. Connecting people on that list, what it does to you is you see that they share their experience and that motivates you forward. Then I'll try to place priority on some of your activity. I think placing priority is also important to help people achieve something within a shorter time. If you, for instance, we are taking a course in data science, have a set target of when you want to be able to get a particular peak. Then note the number of hours you are committing per week and stick with it. All right, that will help you to be able to learn continuously, and then even when there are challenges, it's easier for you to overcome them. All right, so somebody else is asking that how important is it to merge accounting and data science? So probably let me help this person. Idea lines of intersection, all right, between accounting and data science. Or for somebody who is an accounting student or who is an accountant, what prospect does data science as a course or as a field hold for that person?
Actually, I have never experienced in the accounting, but for the financial technology sector, I think it's a very big intersection of data science and financial technology, like the credit scoring and the other stuff. But for the accounting, I think there's an intersection, but I don't know what it is. Yeah, because I don't know. Yeah. What's the intersection?
So nice. So for me, I think accounting has to do largely with numbers too. Accounting, especially for big organizations, there are a lot that has to do with their financial data sets, and probably as this data has become big, there's a need to be able to properly analyze them. There's a need to probably be able to make predictions from them, and to be able to correctly advise the company on some of these on some of the data that are coming in, probably revenue. So an accountant will probably have a large understanding of the revenue generation of a company, maybe small, medium, or large. You have some kind of understanding of revenue generation from that company because you're handling the accounts. All right. So where I think data science becomes valuable to that is from the work data. You are still handling data. So it helps you to be able to automate your processes. It helps you to be able to reduce
the cost.
The time that you have. Yes. So, and then with that, you're able to automate the process, get work done faster, and then much more beyond that. Data science also helps with prediction. You're able to correctly advise the company. You're also able to. So there's a whole lot of intersection between accounting and data science. So I think it's pretty valuable to an accountant. And currently, what we're going now, even the finance sector is having a lot of heat from technology sector. There's a lot of innovation happening currently in the finance sector via technology. So yeah, I hope you get some light from that. Barakat is asking, is there any difference between data science and data analytics? All right.
Okay.
Louis. Yeah.
Okay. So me personally, I think it's many jargon in our community, right? Like data science, machine learning, AI, and the other stuff. But I think my definition of data science is machine learning, data analytics, and all of them are inside of the data science circle. So data analytics is more focusing on like the descriptive part where the data analysts work. But data science is also using the machine learning and using the predictive tasks inside of the task. Yeah. So
okay,
data
so
analytics is more about descriptive, while data science is also there's a predictive part in it. It's my definition.
Okay, all right. So data analytics more descriptive, in descriptive analyzing already existing data. But data science, apart from the fact that you can also describe, you are also able to predict. You're able to have predictions, and you have frameworks that helps you to achieve that in data science as you proceed in your endeavor. So yeah, Shuku Dumebi is asking, please, what can you share? please can you share one of the challenges you faced while learn and how you overcome it? All right. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So there's one time where I learned one of the methodology of one of the machine learning algorithm, and it takes days for me to understand that algorithm because yeah, it's quite complicated, and I just have a high grade, so I keep learning and just try to understand it, see it from the other perspective, see it from the other resources to understand that problem. Yeah, that's one of my challenges. And how to solve it is see from the other perspective and see from the other resources and try to keep solving that problem. But don't stuck in that one problem. So you have to move on also with the other problem. So you still growing.
Okay. All right. So that's nice. Have you handled any rejection? How do you do that?
Handle rejection. Yeah, actually, I've also got many rejection, especially when I try to apply for my internship when in the university. And yeah, I think that's one of the quotes I put here. So I just have a mindset that all happens with a reason, and in the future, I will see how the dots are connected. What I have to do now is to give all my best and keep my motivation up. That's how I handle the rejection.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. All right. So Monica Idrawan. I hope I pronounced that right. She's saying, can you recommend any online data learning that can fit to a college student budget? All right. Do you have any of such?
Yeah. So Coursera, I think we can learn in Coursera, like in the free, we can audit the course. And also DataCamp is also great for us to learn the data science, especially in the coding, the Python and the SQL and the other part. And Udemy also provide the free courses. Yeah, there's a lot of courses out there which is free and we can exploit them.
Okay, cool. So I think okay, yeah. So Tosin is saying that while you were presenting, you recommended a book. Can you mention the name of the author or send it to the chat section?
Okay. I will type it. The book called the Design Thinking Playbook. The other is, wait a minute, the other is Michael Lewrick. And also there's a article called the Design Thinking Mindset for Data Science. It is a towards data science article. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I think it's currently towards data science article, a design thinking mindset, data science. All right. Thank you so much for that, Luis. Okay, so I think with that, we have answered. If any of the participants still have any questions, you can ask in the chat right now. We still have about 10 more minutes before we finally round up. So, so if you have any question, you can still ask, and then I'm sure he will be able to answer. But then, Luis, I'd like to take you on this. How did you get your placement in World Bank? How can somebody else from this group also probably come in? Are there vacancy? Is there a way? Where are those places where those that are currently learning data science? can access jobs easily, internship role, volunteering role, are there places where information, especially for data science guys, could get some of this info? Do you have any of such resources?
In Workbank,
Principally starting from how you were able to get into World Bank. Is there are there lessons that you can share? I mean, obviously you have done that, but in a more clear manner, is there a way somebody here who is also interested in probably interning in the World Bank, who is currently learning data science, can get that done?
Okay. Let me share my story then. So actually, it starts from my undergraduate thesis. So my thesis is about the stock market prediction with combining the sentiment analysis. Yeah, and then that's my thesis, that's my background. And then someone in my organization group, the campus organization group, and she is already working in Workbank. She broadcast a message for the opening of data science role in Workbank. And I just I sent my CV to that email, and yeah, it's nothing to lose for me to send my CV. And then luckily I got the call from the user from the Workbank, and yeah, she interviewed me, and then I think the main part because why she hired me because of my undergraduate thesis, because my thesis is about NLP, and their their current project now is also about NLP, and they see that I have the skill set to do that, and yeah, I think that's the main part why I hired in the Workbank. And the information is got from my group in organization in one of my campus organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so great. So I think I like that. It was your project that fascinated them. So I like to know, idea learning communities that you have information about, where data scientists, or I mean, aspiring data scientists could harvest information to get some of these entries.
Okay. So actually, I do join
Or
with
maybe you
some.
can, if you don't have it at hand now, you can probably you can share later, and then I'll drop it for them on the Slack group.
Yeah. So yeah, I do join some of the organization in Indonesia, but I haven't got any job opportunities from that community. The main opportunity which comes to me is from LinkedIn. Actually, I got
Great.
like 3 job opportunities in last month just from LinkedIn, just from sharing my project, and also direct message someone through my connection. Like I message you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. So
LinkedIn is a powerful platform. I very love it.
It's powerful. I keep telling people, leverage. All right. You are learning something. You have just share your lessons. All right. Write an article. So I see that you write an article. You write articles too in toward data science.
Yeah. I write one, and then
use leverage medium. Write an article about what you're learning. Try to understand even your environment. For instance, Nigeria or Africa. What are the major issues that people are discussing? All right. Can you hear some view with respect to some of the understanding? Small, and you don't wait until you know everything. The little Python that you know, the little if on a statement that you're already learning towards your interest in data science, start leveraging it in your discussion. All right. And then infusing in some of the way to discuss about how some of these things have a larger playbook in the bigger goal, in the bigger set. That kind of shows your leadership. It kind of shows that you are somebody who is purpose driven. You're somebody who will go out of the way even without necessarily being pushed. There are people who don't do things until they are given assignments. All right. So from me to anybody who is here, I would say that LinkedIn is powerful if you're able to properly leverage it. All right. What you will discover is you see people who come and be checking you up. And it may not happen in the first 1 week, in the first 1 month, but be systematic. Even as you are writing, you are improving yourself. As you are sharing your lessons, as you are sharing those things you are coming across, you are improving yourself. But then what happens is somebody is able to see it. Somebody is able to connect with you because of that. Somebody is able to if an opportunity comes, you become the first name that somebody will remember and say, I know this guy. He should be able to solve this problem. And what happens is you are the first person it connects up to. For me, I told some of my guys, as much as a university has contacted me this year for a job, and unfortunately for them, I couldn't accept it at that point. All right, come and become a lecturer, and I'm telling you, one of the top. I mean, for reasons I wouldn't want to mention it, but I'm telling you that happened through LinkedIn. All right, so powerful. And for me, I've not even leveraged on 20% or 25% of my what's it called? Of what I can do with LinkedIn. so yeah. So I keep telling people, make use of it, leverage your needs smartly, strategically. All right. So write articles, share your insights, connect with people who are already doing well in that field. Don't just connect. You can connect any other person, but ensure that you have quality connections, especially in the area where you have interest. You have interest in data science, start with those people you shared earlier. You will discover that they discuss in that regard. Comment, share your suggestions in some of those things they are saying. All right? Without even sending messages, they already know you. You understand? So by the time you finally say that something, can you give me some insight in this respect, or something, I'm trying to learn something in this way, what happens is you see that the door just opens, baps, and you're in. It's a sweet strategy. If you know how to use it, it's the power of networking. You're game on.
Networking is really great.
Yeah. So guys, let's leverage. I think we have something great at our disposal. I think with those people who are currently participants in the data science for Make Africa Tech Challenge, we will still have further conversation on how we can assist in doing some of these things accurately. And then for some of the communities, Louis, if you have some of the communities, if you have information that could help some of these people more easily to access opportunities, I will crave your indulgence to please share with me so that I can share with them. All right. So grateful for your time today.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So I would want to ask finally, at this junction, do we have anybody who has any question who is yet to be answered, or wants some set of clarity on a particular thing, who has not gotten it? I would still allow to take one more. But if we don't have right now, I would just request that Louis give your final word to the great people currently in this room, so that we can round up.
Okay. So my final word is start now, I think. Start now and leverage LinkedIn and do networking. Yeah, that's the main recipe for build a great career, in my opinion. Start to build your foundation on data science. Just start, because start is already 50% or 80% of the whole process. If you don't start, you won't have the journey in the future. So start, leverage LinkedIn, and do networking. And yeah.
Great, Louis.
And follow the 4 steps I give earlier.
Okay, yeah, follow the 4 steps. Great. So I need somebody who actually got those 4 steps to give me in the chat right now. Can somebody give me that in the chat now? I want to see if we have been following. What's number 1? What's number 2? What's number 3? What's number 4? I need it. Can somebody just drop it now? Has anybody been following? Who are the 4 steps? All right. Okay. Build a solid foundation in data science. Great. That's from Tosin. Number 2. Can somebody give me the second one? Okay. I think we have about 24 people here. Are you telling me that you have not been following? All right, networking, start conducting your private projects, personal branding. Okay, what's that one? All right, guys. I think we have done well for the time so far. From my side, on a last note, I want to say that just like Luis have said, the power of starting is great. You started. For those who have started, if you have not started, start now. Starting now, doing some of those recommendations is very, very key to your success. All right, and don't. By the time you check some people's profile, what they have achieved so far, what opportunities currently coming their way, do not be intimidated, because the opportunities are still in front. They are still way larger than what is currently available. All right, the ones that are still ahead, way larger. This is 2020. Just imagine what will happen in 2030. Where will you be in 2030? How will you be positioned in 2030? All right. And don't be surprised that we'll have people who will start this year who will, if they are consistent, all right, consistent and open-hearted to learning. Don't be surprised that we may have some of those people who will even still surpass the records of people who have probably, if they slack down, or if they stop learning, or if their focus suddenly gets shifted. So what I'm saying is, now is still the best time. All right, there's still more opportunity. 10 years time, 5 years time, 3 years time, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years ahead. And I think the oldest person here in this room, we still want to live at least 60 years more. 60 years or maybe 50 years more. At least we have somebody who wants to be 120 or so. All right. So so I suggest that let us get this thing happen. Guys, I want to appreciate you guys for coming. Everyone for attending the meeting. I believe it has been a splendid moment. It's been splendid. Let's show our appreciation to Hohen right now. Let's show our appreciation to Hohen right now in the chat. You can say thank you for coming. You can say we appreciate it. If you have learned anything, please, let's show gratitude right now. Let's show gratitude before we end this meeting. This meeting is over, and I'm grateful that you came. Luis, we are very, very thankful that you came to share your own opinion. You came to show your own lessons and what these people can also do to access opportunities. We are very, very grateful. On behalf of all the attendees, I am saying, and on behalf of our organization, TechBridge Consulting, say thank you for honoring our invitation and for being willing to also sow your own seed into the Make Africa Tech Challenge. I think it's a seed for Africa. I think it's a seed to grow Africa. It's a seed to help Africa also blossom in the tech space. Thank you so much, man. Yeah. All right. See some other time. Everyone, I want to say bye-bye. Thank you.
Okay. Have a great day, everyone.
Yeah.